changes.
Welcome to another episode of Changes. My name is Roslyn Felly. Today is all about marriage. Now, whenever we talk about marriage, we always think that, okay, it's all about the glam and the whites and the people coming in and the food we are eating, you know. But do we really prepare ourselves for marriage? Well, some people do, others don't. People are of the opinion that even premarital counseling is not enough. There's more to marriage when we talk about marriage. As of today, I have with me two great counselors. It's not just any counselors, but great counselors who will be helping us prepare ourselves for marriage. I have with me Madam Reverend Charlotte Odro, the very popular one. She's from Royal Victory Family Church, our counselor. We've seen her on social media all the time. She's right here with us on Changes. Welcome, Madam.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm blessed.
Fantastic. It's good to have you here.
Same here.
Great. And also I have with me Reverend Eddie Aison. He's with Royal House Chapel. He's also a counselor. Reverend, how are you?
I'm good.
It's good to have you here as well.
Thank you so much.
I can tell that, you know, you're all charged because too much divorce rates. Too much. And it's actually causing a lot of, you know, confusion, broken homes, children out there without a solid home or solid foundation that they have to grow up in. One would say marriage. You have to marry because you're of age. You have to marry because society says you should marry. But when we talk about marriage, what really are we talking about when we talk about marriage? Let me start off with you, Madam Charlotte.
Okay. Thank you so much. Marriage is not you are aging. Neither is it society telling you to get married. Marriage is personal. You think about it. You need to understand why you have to marry. Ask yourself if you are ready for the cause. Marriage is when a man and a woman decide to join hands together and build a future together. It's a decision. And that decision, it doesn't take a day to take it. It's very deep. Because it's not about the weddings and the parties and whatever. Those things are just for a day.
Right.
Marriage is forever. So if you're going to get married, based on what the society tells you, you will regret it. If you want to get married because you are aging, you will die in it. You need to marry by understanding why you have to marry. And looking at the partner you are choosing also tells you where you head in future.
It's another thing altogether, choosing that partner. And some people choose partners based on beauty, others choose partners based on financial status. But then let me come to you, Reverend Eddie Aison. Looking at marriage, what is it really when we talk about marriage?
Well, when we talk about marriage, we are talking about the union between two people joined together by law and also joined together by the permission of both families.
Okay.
Which means that when we talk of marriage, we are talking about families being involved and laws being involved. But most of the times, we see people staying together and people think that they are married. It is not marriage.
What is it then?
They are just doing boyfriend, girlfriend, something. That is not marriage.
But you know, when you stay with someone for quite a while, I think about 5 years or over, the law actually do term you people as couple, right?
It is the law that terms you that, but it doesn't make it so.
Okay.
It is the law that terms you to be married. But in the sight of God, it is not married. It's a marriage. It is implanted.
Oh, okay. As Charlotte, your opinion on that?
And that's the truth. If the families of both partners have not met, sat down, agreed, and accepted the two of you, still no marriage. The law is saying because it's 5 years, it's marriage. No, it's not. Before God, even if you are not a Christian and you are a Muslim, it's still no marriage. Because families have to sit down and then agree and bless it. And before God, you need to bless it and be accepted. So if you are staying 5 years, so what the man of God said,
even with children,
it's still no
not.
marriage.
under the same roof.
It's still not. It is not recognized by God and by
the family,
the family members.
So if I want to get into marriage, what are some of the things that I need to do so I can prepare myself properly for marriage?
Well, in the course of preparation, first of all, you have to ask yourself, are you ready for the word called marriage?
Let's limit it to the men for you.
For the men, first of all, you need to be someone who is sound in the mind. Not only that, you should be someone who will be able to take care of another individual. Remember, you are not going to be the only person residing in your place. Formerly, you were eating one ball of kinky. Now, if the woman eats more than you, remember, you buy 3 and not 2 again. So it means that whatever you use with regard to your expenses will change. And so an individual will have to consider all these things. The person should be financially sound too. If I say financially sound, I'm not talking about the person having the world, all the monies in the world to himself.
Right.
But at least something to take care of himself, the woman, and maybe the incoming babies.
Okay.
So you have to think about all these things before you make the move.
Now, okay, Auntie Charlotte, let me ask you also, for a woman preparing for marriage, what are some of the things she should consider?
You first need to know your place as a woman in the life of that man, your responsibilities, the things the man is going to expect from you as a woman, and what you are supposed to do as a wife.
Okay.
You're not just going to get married to him because you think you're going to have good sex. No, there is a responsibility that goes with a wife. And there are some things you must reject them if you want to be a wife.
Okay, so let's talk about the things, the responsibilities of a wife.
Now, you're going to take care of somebody's son. That is your husband. Now, every decision you take, he needs to give you approval before you do it.
Okay.
And now your girly movement needs to be restricted because you are now going to be somebody's wife. You have a responsibility at home and in his life. And this is huge sacrifice. So if you think you are not ready and you want to get married and still have your way as a single lady, it's not possible. Because now if you want to go to a party, you need to ask whether he wants you to go or not. Not because you want to rule, no, but because you respect him as the head of your life.
Right.
So all these things count. So you can't have the rings and think you can go around and do everything. You will cook. You don't care whether he's eating, whether he's okay. You have so much responsibility by checking on him. Every morning you must make sure he has eating. You must make sure he's okay in the office. You know, it's extra. So if you think marriage is
You have
all
to make
about,
sure he's okay in the office?
you must check on him.
Oh,
So he can also check on you. It's both sides.
okay.
So it's no more like, I don't care, I'm okay. You can live the whole day without checking. No, you have to check on him. It's your responsibility. Make sure he's fine. That keeps the marriage strong and it keeps it going. You must make sure whether he has eaten and all that. If you care for him, he will care for you.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
If you care for him, he'll care for you.
Yeah.
Let me come to you, Reverend Aisen. Now, you spoke about the men, knowing very well that you can be able to take care of yourself, take care of the family as well. We are in an era where the women are working equally like the men are working. Some women are even earning more than the men are earning. Now, why should you look at your financial status? Because you can go into marriage and have a 50-50 share of the responsibilities with finances.
It is good. It is good to marry someone who is also working. There's no problem with that. But what about if that person is not working? We have people who are housewives. I believe in traits. I believe that people can work while still married. But in as much as that one can happen, you have to also think about your contribution to the marriage. Are you getting it? Your contribution to it. So if the woman is also in a working group, then what happens is this, which I always recommend to people, that you work together as one. The money of the woman is not hers, and your money is not yours. Everything is together, and you do things in common, which means that if she's cooking, if you have that moral right, knowing that you are not giving punishment to your wife, you can help out.
So the money is for the two?
Yes, it's for the two of you.
Oh.
It's not for you alone. It is for the family. That is why...
No, I mean, the woman's money is also part of it?
Yes, it's part of it.
Okay.
It's for both of you. You see, the issue why we have people, the reason why we have people separating is all boiled down to money. And so if you should learn very well and get it right, you realize that when you put your things together, at the end of the day, when your money is getting finished, the woman knows that our money is getting finished, not his money is getting finished. I know a lot of people who don't even show their pay slips to their wives.
Yeah, I think it's wrong. But
It
if
is
the woman
100%
doesn't
wrong.
show pay slip, is it wrong?
It is also wrong. They must know. I'll give you an instance. I knew of someone who died, having houses at certain places, and the wife did not know that they had houses.
That's so wrong.
So wrong.
That's bad.
It is because of transparency. You see, God instructed the man and woman to be together as one. He says that the man will leave the house and cleave. Cleaving simply means that you have a glue placed in the middle of a paper, joined together. He says you cannot separate them. When you try to separate this one will get torn. And they continue to say they were naked, yet not ashamed. What is the nakedness about? Transparency. So we are talking about transparency here. Everyone should know. I know certain marriages, the woman is building a house, the man is also building a house somewhere. I mean, it is totally wrong. They have to do everything in common because it says the two shall become what? One. And so if they are one, why the separation?
Okay.
It means that in marriages we don't see that.
We can be transparent as women. Show your pay slip, let you know that we've been paid, but the money belongs to the woman.
What are you using it for?
It's a question.
The money belongs to...
the woman's money is hers, right?
And the man's money is
his.
Then everyone should use this.
I mean, the man's money is for the
family.
Both.
It's for both.
But the woman's money is different.
You see, let me give you how it started. In the beginning, we realized that a lot of families were telling people, say a tuotua, a tribem, now say kabe fiedia. And are you getting it? They say if you are able to make something, then it is for you. But if there is debt, it is for them. That is what brought up these things. And that was the reason why people were recommending that you marry from your house, then the wealth or whatever stays in the house.
Okay.
Are you getting it? It is for this reason why people started doing this wafasi thing. Because they realized that if they don't do it that way, everything is going somewhere else until this cap came from the PNDC regime that these things started changing. Where if a man dies, some of the portions of the will goes to the woman and the children and so on and so forth. And so when you are putting your things together, remember, you can do things better than you are doing it alone.
Okay. Auntie Charlotte, so the woman's money belongs to the family?
Of course.
Okay.
Why should it be only the men? It looks as if when we get married, every woman is expecting the man to be the one pays for everything, does everything. What about you? You are going to help him to build a life together. The problem is that we enter into the marriage with this mindset that everybody is scared of each other. My husband can do something to hurt me tomorrow, my wife, so we are all scared of each other. So we all have plans. So I'm hiding my money. Should in case you leave me, I'm okay. I go. But if we do it together, what if we get to a point he marries another woman? No, you are not doing things together for him to marry another woman tomorrow. That is why most of us we want to educate you to know this.
Right.
We are doing things together as if he has the right over the things alone. We all have equal rights. And when you build the marriage well, no matter what happens in the marriage, the two of you stand together. If two can stand together with understanding, my dear, no matter the troubles that comes, we are good to go. If I earn 2,000 and my husband knows I earn 2,000 and there is something we need in the house and my money is being used for it, I'm also in the house.
Exactly. Right.
So what is the problem when it comes to some of the women when they have to contribute with their money? They want to hide it.
I think that's where the problem is. It's also one of the reasons why divorce rate is so high.
It is not. It is not because of that. You see, the main reason is that because of the past and how people have dealt with the women. It is because of experience that people are afraid to do it.
Now people are careful.
Are you getting it? They put their trust
like
in
me,
people.
I'm very careful.
Oh, you are?
Oh, yeah.
They put their trust in people, then those people disappoint them.
Atisha, what are you careful about?
Per experience. Not with me, but per experience. The Bible said, watch and pray. So as I'm praying, I'm watching. Like this. You know, I need to be smart. So, you know, some of the women too are not smart. The fact is that some of the men take advantage of the women. If they realize you are not knowledgeable, they can, you know, use that. So,
advantages like which ones?
You know, there are some of the women, they don't care if they even buy properties. They want to add the name is both Mr. and Mrs. Because they, you know, when women love, they love with everything.
Yeah.
And some of the men get to a point in life, they reject this woman that stood with them, and another young girl comes from nowhere and want to enjoy out of it. And some of the women are dying out of shock. So listen, if we are buying properties, it's Mr. and Mrs. Yes.
Simple.
That is it.
Okay, so somebody once advised me, a lady who went through divorce, and she said to me, when you buy properties, you don't do Mr. and Mrs. Asen. Do Mr. and Mrs. Eddie Charlotte Asen.
That's how we do it.
Yes, that's how it's
Everything we
supposed to be
buy.
done.
My name is
That is
Charlotte
how it is supposed to be.
Yes.
Mrs. Charlotte Odro.
Yes.
I don't just do Mr. and Mrs. Odro.
Yes.
Somebody else can be Mrs. Odro. No, we have to be wife. My
Exactly.
name is Charlotte. My name must be there. His name must be there.
Exactly.
So if he's going to write Mr. and Mrs. Odro, the Odro is for him, it's not for me. I just came to borrow by marriage. But my name is Charlotte, so that they can identify that it's not Juliet Odro, but it's Charlotte Odro. The women also need, you see, some of the women also need to be educated. Most of the women, when they get married, that is the end of it. Some of them, their husbands are doing projects. And the only thing they know is that my husband is doing projects. And he says that I should use my pay for chop money in the house. He will use his money for the project. But the woman has never stepped there before.
Is that right?
It is wrong. Let me give you a perfect example
Please
here.
do.
I want you to just read this one.
Okay.
It's a water bill from Ghana Water Company. What do you read?
I read Eddie and Nora Asen.
Beautiful.
Have you seen an example?
Right. So the water bill is in both names.
Yes.
But who is paying?
We are all paying.
We are all paying. The man, you see, the truth is this. The truth is this. You were brought into my life as a helpmate. Are you getting it?
Okay.
You are a helpmate, which means that you are part of what is going on. You are a part of the process. You are part of whatever goes on in the family, whatever decision. So my property is not my property. It is our
ours.
property.
Yeah.
Now, when you ask my daughter, who bought this shoe for you? He will tell you, mommy and daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Are you getting it?
Right.
But in some houses, you hear, mommy bought it for me. Then you see mommy polluting children, daddy polluting children. At the end of the day, it becomes a problem in the family.
Let me take a quick break on this note. It's getting heated in here. If you are preparing to get married, or you know somebody who is preparing to get married, please pick up the phone and call the person to tune in right now, because this discussion is for the person. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are still watching Changes. My name is Rosalind Felly. Today is all about marriage. Now, what do you do if you want to get married? How well do you prepare yourself? I'm here with two great counselors, Reverend Counselor Odro and Reverend Eddie Asen, and they are helping us to prepare ourselves for marriage. In the conversation, we did talk about our money, our money being our money. But anyway, for most men and women out there, some women will stand on the Bible and say that the man is the giver, the woman is the receiver. It is also breaking homes. I've heard some counselors actually advise as such that the money for the home is from the man, the money for the woman is for her till rainy day. That's why I asked that question, because they said the Bible says, again, some also back it with the Bible, the man will toil the land and take care of the family when the woman gets pregnant to give birth to the children. So can we clear this, because it's breaking homes? So please, let's clear it here.
You see, God wanted the woman to be a helpmate in whatever she's doing. So even working in the house, remember that this time around, the woman was still working. She was in a working class, but this time around in the home. And so whatever comes from the tilling of the land is shared by both. And whatever she also gets is shared by both.
Okay.
Are you getting the whole scenario? And so in this scenario, you need to know that the sharing aspect has to do with the man and the woman, and not the man alone. And there's nowhere in the Bible that says that the man is the giver,
okay,
and the woman is the receiver. That is a bad concept in the minds of people, that every time the man would have to work. Yes, it is good for the man to work, but your working should benefit the family. In the same way, if it happens that a woman is also working, the working, whatever comes in should also be to the benefit of the family. At the end of the day, if you should die and go, and I know a lot of people who doesn't even know where their wife's monies are or their husband's monies are in the bank. And they are dead and gone. And the bank has taken over. Is that what we want to see happen?
You need to
So
be as
there
transparent
is
as
logic in
possible.
all these things, okay? And with the aspect of Christian men having problems with loving the wife, she mentioned a point that women have no problem with. Yes, it's biblical. That is the reason why the Bible even said that husbands love your wife, because he knows that wives have no problem with loving.
But men do.
Men do.
Yeah.
So you make conscious effort to love.
Okay.
Then he said, wives,
Submit.
submit. He knew that women have a problem with submission.
Yeah.
So if God wants you to do what? You learn to
We
do
this.
it. You learn to do it.
You say one, we say thousands.
Yes. So God knows all these things.
Right.
And that is why he wants us to complement one another. You know, the time of, like, what about if the man should say, stay in the house? That is a different scenario.
Yeah.
That is where the woman will be there and the man will have to take care solely.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? We've seen that. But at the end of the day, those people who left their jobs and sat in their house, a lot of them became victims. They were maltreated in a way. You know, I am not saying being a housewife is also bad, but you see, as a man, you have to make sure that if your wife is a housewife, you take good care of that wife.
Okay.
She
Right.
needs to earn by being
Are you
in the
getting
house.
it? She's in the house working. It's work.
It's work.
Cooking is work.
Yeah.
Washing is work.
So you need to pay her salary.
Not just
Not
paying,
paying.
but I'm
Let
taking
her
care
be
of
happy.
her.
When we talk about taking care of a woman, you know, most women go into marriage with the expectation that my husband will take care of me. What are some of the things that the men have to do to
Take care of you.
Yes.
We'll take care of each other. That's how we do it. You know, that is why when they get young, some of the young ladies get married and they get disappointed. Because the expectation was, okay, you buy me a car if I want it. You buy me a house if I want it. Anything I order, you get it. No, we work for it. You don't just order for it. I want this, I want that. What are you also contributing? When we say this, the women will tell us that, me, myself, I'm the table they tell. Okay, be the table. Put the food on it. If you buy a table, if you don't place food on it, you don't eat. So if you want to contribute, you see, when you love somebody, you don't care by giving. So if I love my husband, what is wrong by giving to him? Why do we have a problem when it comes to women? It is the problem is women, no. Our problem is that why do I have to open up to him? Why should we share? It is his responsibility. Buy this, buy that. He will do it. You will kill him early. Because if he takes all the stress and you are able to help, why are you killing him?
You know, some women too often feel that, you know, if I don't do that, he'll give the money to other girls.
No, you see, the mindset is killing us.
Let me give you this scenario. Let us assume that you know that I earn 1,000 and you also earn 1,000.
2,000.
It's 2,000. When we put it together and we are using it together, where will the man get the chance to go and give another girl some of the money? Have you thought of it?
So how do you buy your shoes?
No, the shoe is from it.
We plan
What I
together.
am saying is that you plan together.
When you are buying the shoes, the men they don't like. They'll tell you that we are paying house bill. You are going to buy shoes.
You budget.
If you have a very good man, he knows
You
how
budget.
women spend.
Okay.
You understand? So before you even share the money,
Auntie Charlotte, when they know there's school fees, there's water,
So you
there's
know
light,
there is school
and you
fees.
know that you can. The shoe is nice.
No,
No, you see-
listen. Sometimes we also need to come to this understanding.
Okay.
That if you are getting 2,000 and you know the light bill is taking 500, school fees is taking 1,000, it's left with 500. You are going to eat. You need to also help to
So
manage
you
it.
can manage, but you can get some small 50 Ghana, go get 4 shoe, but he'll still ask, why did you buy that shoe?
No, he's not saying that. Sometimes we need to let
They
them
do, they do,
understand.
they do.
Oh, they do, depending on how you spend the money.
The way you are doing
Right.
it will be the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you getting it? The way you spend the money will be the problem. But I believe that in every house, there should be a form of budget
No.
Right.
for the house. You are the man, and I believe in women so much.
Yeah.
They are good managers or good managers of funds. And so when you should allow them to take over funds, you will realize that every time the house will be okay.
So the woman should take over the funds.
Yes,
No.
it is both of you. No, I believe in that. And what I'm saying is that when you realize that, you see that you have to know yourselves.
Okay.
When you know that the man is a good fund manager, you allow the man to take care. Once you are budgeting, you do it
Can I
together.
ask this?
Yes.
Do men ever budget and put makeup in there for the woman?
Oh,
No,
you see.
You have to budget together.
I'm
talking about realities. You
Yes,
see,
you tell him the things you need.
No, you see, the reality
how many
is
men
that,
will give you money for that?
The reality is that men want to see women look good.
Yes, but they never want to give that household money for that. Oh,
See, if you get a good man, I'm telling you this.
Yes.
He takes care of you more than himself.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
If you get a good man,
They want you to look good.
he will buy you
Every time.
things. Even the
Every
things that
time.
you've not been budgeted for. He wants you to look good. He wants to give you more than what he will get. So when you treat a man well, he takes care of you well.
Right.
That's all the women need to learn. If you respect a man and you treat him as a king, I'm telling you this, he will buy you 100 cedis. He will give you 1,000 to buy your shoes.
No, that's true. But is that not when, the money that has, maybe it's like, okay, there's a salary, okay, example, where probably he's earning 10,000, the woman is earning maybe 8,000. They decide that, okay, he will bring 5, she will bring 3. Whatever is left with the woman, she can go ahead and do whatever she wants to do with the money. But when it's like 1,000, we are bringing all 1,000 together to run the household. I mean, that means that there's nothing for those excesses.
All you're saying is still planning.
Okay.
If the two of you sit down together and come to this, there's some men, they will tell you, okay, you bring 200. I'm bringing all my 1,000.
Right.
Keep the rest and then take care of yourself.
Okay.
It's all about talking. If you communicate right, that's no problem. But if you want to hide it and say that my husband needs to take care of everything, it's a responsibility. Buy me that, buy me that. Sometimes some of the women need to come to this understanding. Don't give him too much pressure. When the man has a lot of money, a lot of businesses, he doesn't even care about what you are earning.
Yeah.
When we get to that point, some men don't even care what you earn.
Yeah.
You even add more to what you have.
Yeah, that's
You see,
true.
that is when you have excess. But when you're building up the marriage and you're earning this 2,000, we grow together. We manage together. But when it's excess, there are some big men in town, they don't even care what you're earning. They can even pay you more than what you are earning from your job. He takes care of you. Will you come and think of money? You have everything. He has everything. But you need to be transparent, as the man of God is saying.
Yeah.
If you don't hide anything, your husband won't hide anything from you. But the moment you realize that, okay, you want to keep your own and you want to use his own, it gets to a point you also learn sense from it. Some things he will do without telling you. Let's be plain. Let's speak. Let's communicate without fear and thinking that another woman will come
and take
every
over.
time. It's another woman. You see, the other women, they are there. They will always be there. But it depends on how you treat your home or you treat your husband, how you keep it. You are good to go.
Right.
You see,
right.
the truth is this. You can never prevent a bird from flying over your head. But you can prevent the bird from laying eggs on your head.
Right.
Or making nest on your head. Inside of every man, there is a small boy. In the same way, inside every woman, there is a small girl.
You can't predict us.
Oh, yes, there's a small girl.
There's a small girl. If you are able to tap that small girl or that small boy in the man, then you would love your marriage.
Hey, then where's my own?
You need to
I need to find it.
Dig deep.
Dig deeper.
Look for the small boy in your husband.
Okay.
Dig deep.
When you are able to dig deep and get the small boy in your husband, you will see that
You
he's
enjoy your marriage.
the loving person you've ever known. Just try and tap that.
My husband is a very loving man.
Yes.
Very, very loving man.
But you've not gotten enough of him yet.
Oh, no, yeah.
When you're able to get the small boy in
There's
him,
more to it.
I'm telling you. He will sit down and say, close the eyes and sign the check.
My husband always closes his eyes. Don't worry.
Thank God.
He even gives before I ask.
Great.
That is it.
Yes.
That is a good man.
Beautiful.
Yes.
It's beautiful.
That's a good man.
That is what we expect. Yeah. So basically, that is what we need to do. We need to make sure that we are trusting the woman trusts us, and that is a key point to a successful marriage.
Right. So you know what I want us to talk about when we talk about trusting. When we go for a break and we come back, I want us to talk about how much you should be transparent. Do you talk about your ex-relationships with your spouse to be when you are getting married? We'll be right back after this break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Changes. My name is Rosalind Felly. It's an interesting conversation going on right here. I am here with the Reverend Charlotte Odro and also Reverend Eddie Asen. It's about preparing towards a marriage. Now, this thing has been coming up, how transparent you should be if you decide to get married. Like, you know, getting married to somebody and you decide to talk about your ex, the people that you've dated before you met your spouse to be. Is it advisable? Let me ask Reverend Charlotte Odro first. Is it advisable?
There's no need for it.
Oh.
You know, per your partner. You know, sometimes, why are we visiting our past?
Oh, you're being transparent.
No, that one is not part of it. If should in case, as we are working together and something pops up, we can just talk about it. But not just to sit there and say, you know what, in the past I dated Kofi, Kwame. What for? What do you want to know? You just met me. You want to know me? Let's build it together. My past is my past. Because there are some people, if you tell them your past, you lose your relationship. Because some of them are not matured enough to handle your past.
Right.
So thank God I have gone through my past and I am who I am today. So you saw me today. You love who I am today. Let's build it and go.
But won't your past let me know you better?
You don't need to know my past.
Okay.
Per who you are, you know, you need to know who you are going out with. Not even who you are going out with. Some of the people, if you tell them your past, they use that against you. It will come. The little mistake he will make, he will go back and reference you to what you did in the past. Right. You met me today. You didn't meet me in my past. So let's build today and become better.
Reverend Asen, do you have the same opinion?
The danger here is this. Let us assume that I have met you for the first time, and you are telling me that I am the seventh one who has come your way. My assumption will be, won't I be the eighth person whom you are leaving?
Okay.
So you see the dangers here. So it is important that you just forget about things that are past and gone. I believe every individual has the ability to change. So you want to marry me, take me like that. And you see, the truth is this. A lot of people use the past against their spouses when they are even married. And we keep solving the problem. If he sees your ex, he sees the phone number on your phone, you are in trouble. He sees you talking to him on phone, you are in trouble. So all these things can be curtailed from, causing a lot of harms in the marriage. So it is important that some of these things, if it has not come up, forget about it.
Right. Should you have a conversation with your partner to be as to how your marriage must toe? You know, some people just go into the marriage, you know, not towing it any particular line. But should you have a certain style that your marriage must be, or it has a normal form?
No, not like a style, but you two of you must communicate. The two of you are going to go through that journey together. As you continue to communicate, there are some things you might tell your partner. You know, I love you to treat me this way when we get married. Yes, I love it this way. This is how I want it. Like me, I'm not a breakfast person. From where I'm coming from, it's no breakfast thing. My husband is a breakfast person. He wants breakfast in the morning, and I'm not used to it. So when we got married, I realized that I was having it very difficult to eat. He will eat it. I can't eat it. Okay. But he wants to eat with me. We want us to have breakfast together. We might sit down together, but I'm not hungry. I just don't want to eat it. But he gets sometimes like, you know what, let's eat together. Let's do everything. I say, you know what, babes, if I eat early in the morning, my day is gone.
Babes.
Oh, no, it happens. It just happens once in a blue
She's
moon.
so sweet, eh?
So it became a problem.
Right.
I realized that he felt like I want to eat alone. I was like, no, I'm not a breakfast person. In my home, we're, you know, hustlers. We eat once to survive all the, you understand? So it was a little difficult. So I had to adjust with time and prepare breakfast and eat. When I eat breakfast, my whole day is gone. I become so restless. That is me. I would love to eat around 11, 12. That's the time I want to. But he wants to eat breakfast very early. So he told me that before we got married. But I made him understand that, Charlie, me, I'm not a breakfast person, but I'll do it for you. You just eat it. No, we have to eat like as a family. it took time. So we do things together. We talk about it. I need to know what he wants in the marriage, what he's expecting for me as a wife. I may not do all that the way he wanted, but I'll try to do my best. I want my husband to know. We talk. I tell him, you know what? I'm not going to be the best wife, but I'm going to try to be the best woman for you. I'm going to learn. Have time to teach me, so that you can also learn how I want you to treat me.
Right.
We need to talk. We need to communicate, so that when he does things you don't want it, you need to have a way to deal with it and talk to him. Not in a harsh way. Some of the women are always frowning. You don't treat me well. He might not know how you want it. Talk to him.
Communicate.
Communicate, babes. When you talk to me and you...
Babes.
Oh, Mercy. I don't know why I keep on saying that. When you talk to me and your tone is like this, I get, you know... You see my tone? My husband doesn't like it. In the beginning, he would tell me, oh, Tiame. But I thought that's the way I speak. So he tells me that that's what my mother did. Like, so anytime your voice is up, I feel you are shouting and I'm scared. Then he would draw. I was, oh, minimal. Then so anytime I'm talking to him, I'm cautious. The moment my voice is up, I say, Charlie, Pacho, why? So it got to a point where he got to understand who I am, and I also came to understand who he is.
Right.
You realize that there are two individuals. One eats breakfast. The other one is a survivor. She has learned to fight for others to eat. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
And so definitely the way she talks will be entirely different. Because every individual is affected by one, your environment, two, those that you lived with, and three, your main makeup,
Right.
who you are. And so sometimes these things will affect it. And so when you are moving into a family, that person maybe uses fork and knife. You two, you are the hand type. It becomes a problem. The person wouldn't want to understand. But at the end of the day, when you communicate well, the person gets to know that of a truth, that is who you are. And that person doesn't now see you as a hindrance or as something else to him. So it is very important that you do it.
Right. How long should counseling be for premarital, spouses or couple to be?
Well, I don't believe in long courtships because I see long courtships as grounds to learn how to divorce.
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
Really? Grounds to learn how to divorce.
So already, if you are in with that expectation that I'll leave it.
Oh.
So already you've learned how to do it already. So if you move into it and new things are coming.
So when we talk about long-term courtship, what are we talking about? How many years is long-term courtship?
After 6 months, 1 year, I feel like it's too long.
So you court for 6 months or a year and then you're done?
It's okay. I've seen people who are living in relationships. They said they have been in the relationship for 10 years. It's bad.
Actually, I met my husband. We married exactly 1 year.
Which is good.
Okay. Yeah, so we started. We did 6 months of counseling.
Then 6 months of counseling.
Yes.
Excellent.
All right. Okay.
Excellent.
10 years. In a
10 years.
relationship.
Oh,
So even 2 years is too much?
It's too much. It's too much. What are you waiting for?
No, what
you
is
shouldn't
it?
have even gone
If you
into
know
it.
you're not ready, why did you go into the relationship?
But you are preparing.
Preparing what?
Preparing what?
You
Then
should,
you are
you
not
should
ready.
prepare before you go for somebody.
You are not ready.
Everything should be ready before you meet
Your
the person.
mind, every aspect of you should be ready.
So how old should you be before you date?
No, it's up to
It's not
maturity, it's not
about
age.
age. It's about how matured you are.
Maturity.
But once you are 19, 20, 21, your hormones are running.
It's not about hormones.
No, it's not. Marriage is not home.
Then a lot of people will make a lot of mistakes. It is about, am I ready? Am I ready to
So when your hormones are running and all the
Relax, let them run. Relax. When they are relaxed, you take right. But
Oh.
when the hormones are running, sometimes you don't take right.
Right.
We move as the hormones are moving out.
So at that time don't date. Or you can date, but date.
Control yourself.
Control yourself.
What are you dating for? What?
Are you
Every
ready?
time you control yourself.
Are you ready? If you are not ready, don't go into
Don't
it.
enter into it at all. Because some are there 2 years, 3 years, they say, oh, I'm not too sure about the person. No, he won't marry you.
That is why we have a lot of pregnancies before.
Yeah, he won't
marriage.
marry you.
But if he marries you, then it becomes a problem
It will be
too.
a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Why does it become a problem?
No, they don't even know who they are. They are not sure of themselves. So they can't be sure of you.
Maybe they were trying to make sure their finances are stable.
No, it's not finance. They have so many women. They want to check. You know, some of the men have like 3 women, and some of them will call and tell them, "Mommy, I want to see which one is good." I said, "You yourself, you are not good." And you are not good, because if you are good and you meet somebody who is good, you will know.
You will know.
You are not good. You don't even know who you are.
That is the
so
thing.
you are a confused person who is. You are choking people's hearts. Because maybe the 3 women don't know that they are 3. And some of them are giving their hearts, everything to you. And you are just doing, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one smells small. It's okay. This one has big backs. It's okay. You see, the way we choose our women, that's why we are divorcing. We choose in a carnal way.
The ideal way could have been make friends with people.
Yeah.
You see, the truth is that if I am your friend, I can talk anyhow to you because I am your friend.
Right.
And that is where you get to know me better. So make lots of friends, then you zero into closer friends, then one of them will be your spouse.
That's it.
Is it true that when you meet the one that you want to marry, you know from day one?
Oh, not that. It means that you have predetermined.
It's not everyone that
It's
goes
not
through
everyone
that.
that goes through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you do that, you make a mistake.
Okay.
Marriage is deep.
So how then do you just date somebody for 6 months and you know that I'm ready to marry this
You see,
person?
I meet somebody even for a month, and you know
And you know you are ready. And you know
I'm
he's
telling
ready.
you.
Will you know the person's bad sides and good
Listen,
sides?
you can't know it all. Even in marriage, you don't know all.
You
You are
see,
still learning.
I want to give you a scenario. I
Okay.
have seen people divorced. Their husband said they were bad, and they have married another one, and that place they see them as
They are good.
angels. What happened? It means someone did not do something right.
That's it.
That is why in the first place he or she lost that marriage. Are you getting it? So it's not that he learnt or she learnt her lesson there, but they are able to succeed in another one. So the question will be why? It is
Why?
how you treat the people, how
Yeah.
you deal with them,
Yeah.
communication.
They don't communicate. You see, and sometimes the communication, they don't do it the right way. You understand? Somebody says that I'm expecting you to think. Don't expect me to think. Talk to me.
And you see, as a Christian, the main rule is that we have to marry from his house. It means that every woman who is of age and matured can be the wife of another man. Are you getting it? So, for example, as I stand here, if there are 3 women, all of them can be my wife. One of them can be. Are you getting it?
Okay.
Any of them can be. The choice is you.
Yeah, it's up to you to make your choice.
Okay.
If not so, you wouldn't see people getting into relationship, they break and move on to another one. And
I mean, this is deep, and I wish I had all day to talk about it, but unfortunately, I don't. I would like my counselors to give us their final words, their final advice to those who want to get married, and the journey so far is a little bit confusing. Let's hear from Reverend Charlotte Otro first.
You know, I'll tell you to dig deep. When it comes to marriage, dig deep. It's not shallow. It's very deep. And when I say deep, spiritually, deep. And deep when it comes to yourself. Go deeper. Know who you are. Are you ready? Can you handle it? If you know you can't, take your time.
Is personal hygiene also one of the things you should look at before you get married?
Naomi told Ruth, if you are going to Boaz, wash yourself. Clean yourself. That's Ruth chapter 3. Wash yourself, clean yourself before you go at the feet of Boaz. Because Boaz is a man of prominence. So if you are going to marry a man that is like a king, and you don't know how to take care of yourself, they need to take Esther through a year of cleanliness, because she's going to need a king. If your husband is a king, woman, take care of yourself.
Thank you on that note. Reverend Aisen?
I would say that every individual should relax and not rush into marriage. You have to take your time, pray very well, and make sure God leads you to the right source or to the right rate. If you're a woman, know where you were picked from, and it will work.
Talking about God leading you, let me ask this question. Do you hear the voice of God that this is your wife, or how does he lead you?
That one, if God is telling you, I keep telling my counsellors that if the man tells you, God says, tell him, I want to hear from that same God. They have used that to deceive a lot of people.
That's what I wanted to know. Now, talking about the personal hygiene, of course, I have to ask a question. You know, for the men.
Every individual must be neat.
Okay.
Because
some men don't like bathing at night.
No, it's not good.
Especially at night.
You can't come and sleep while you are smelling.
It's not good.
You know, we all bath together. So that's why I go to bath. Drag him inside.
It's not good.
It's not good. It is not good if you are getting. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super grateful. My counselors, you know what, they've made us, they've given us the best of shows today. I'm super grateful. It's been an interesting conversation. Now, if you're getting married or you're on the road to get married, please make sure that you go through counseling. Make sure that you keep yourself very neat, very important. Have very good communication with your spouse as to what you like, what you don't like. Make sure the finances don't become a problem as well. It's very important. And at the end of the day, you have a very, very happy home and you will not regret it. And like they said, do not date for too long before you marry, because once you do that, it's a road for divorce. It's a preparation towards divorce, learning how to divorce if the relationship goes for too long. My name is Rosalind Felly. It's been Changes right here, and thank you so much for watching all the time. If you're looking for a place to have an event, look no further. Just come to this place. They have the right ambience. I mean, when you do your event here, oh my goodness, mwah, you should see the pictures. Lovely place, lovely place. Believe me, you know I don't lie. Now, I know a lot of you at home are saying, I want to talk to these counselors. Can I get their numbers? They are right here. They'll give you their numbers today. So let me start off with you, Reverend Asen. Your number.
My number is 0244 606856.
Again?
0244 606856.
Please do call him. And also, Madam Charlotte.
055 2369 055 2369 403.
So the choice is yours. Contact any of them. Let them guide you if you're getting married. My name is Rosalind Felly. A very big thank you to my production team. You are awesome. I love you. You have no idea how much I cherish you. Thank you so much for putting this together and helping us have a great show. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.